Hello, welcome back to In the Studio Diaries. It is the first video of this decade because we are in 2020 and I am scared. So, I often talk about how I want to make my videos differently. I've been thinking about this a lot lately and trying to figure out how can I make my videos better and more different and more creative. And I kept thinking, oh, I need to buy like a new camera, I need to buy better software. And then I just thought, what if I just try and just do it differently? So this is the start of this Studio Diaries. It might be shorter because I've really come to enjoy shorter videos, and I think if you make them shorter, you can make them more entertaining. So with this, I really hope you find it entertaining. So let's just do this different. So straight away on the 2nd of January, we were in Shrewsbury and we had a look around the town. It was a really cool town. There was some really interesting buildings and we had a really good walk round. But our actual destination was Portmeirion the next day. And I can say this is somewhere I've really wanted to see for a long time. I never thought I would get there, but it was so amazing to finally see somewhere that's been on like my to visit list. I just never thought I'd get to Wales, strangely enough. Portmeirion is so cool. I ended up taking a lot of pictures and I actually used these pictures for something later on in this video. But yeah, Portmeirion is just like this weird kind of dreamlike landscape and I just enjoyed it so much and I would love to go back. So actually getting to see Portmeirion, which is like one of the dream places I've wanted to see, has really urged me on to explore even more. Now I really want to try and travel further and see more and more. While I don't do the whole New Year's resolution because I just think, you know, you're kind of setting yourself up for disappointment with those, I do have like long-term goals and travel is definitely one of them. So we're back at it again in Cambridge on the 7th of January. I was just kind of exploring the shops and kind of doing some charity shop surfing. I also tried to do a bit of cafe sketching and I think I can say that maybe this isn't for me. I've seen a lot of people go to cafes and draw, but I just can't seem to like settle down, or I just find it a little bit awkward drawing in such a public space. Again, maybe it's just not for me. I think I like walking around more and not being so stationary. So I decided to finally sit down and make myself a flyer for my artwork to promote my YouTube and my comic. I've been putting this off for a long time simply because I didn't know if I really needed a flyer, because I feel like flyers and business cards are for people that are looking for other work or they're looking to become part of a studio or get more official work. And because I'm kind of wanting to do my own thing, I felt like, oh, I don't really need a business card or a flyer because I'm kind of looking to do my own thing, and that's what I've been really enjoying lately. I think another reason I've procrastinated on it as well is that I'm not quite sure what I wanted on a flyer. I wanted something that kind of represents to me and the kind of work that I like to do. Because when you get like a bunch of flyers printed, they're kind of permanent in a way, is that when you get a load of them, it's hard to get rid of them all. So I ended up doing this kind of weird abstract self-portrait, and I really like how it came out actually. I think it looks like me, I don't know. Self-portraits are actually a lot harder to do than you actually think because it's hard getting your likeness, but I feel like I got the elements of my face and everything. Like the clothes are definitely what I'd wear, and like the expression of me looking really serious off in the distance as I think of 1,000,001 things to do. That's kind of like why I did like the separated head is that it's kind of representing that my mind is like elsewhere or thinking of too many things at once. But overall, I actually really like this piece, and I'm really glad that I did manage to sit down and finally do it. So yeah, straight away, the plan for this illustration was to turn it into flyers. So I had to make sure it was the right size, and doing stuff for print on the iPad is a little bit tricky, but I managed to do it, and I managed to send it off to Mixam, which is the printers that I really like for printing out all my stuff. And I think the flyers came out really, really nice. The blue is a little bit duller on the flyers, but I think it's okay, you know, it does its job, it's got all the details that I need. And I did leave a couple at the library, just sneakily, because there was a space on the table. I also got them turned into stickers as well. I tried out Sticker Mule. I heard good things about it, and I really like the quality of these stickers, so I'm going to try and leave one at Brick Lane because there's a whole wall of stickers and I kind of want to leave my mark. So on the 19th of January, I actually booked a ticket to see School of Rock at the Gillian Lynn Theatre. I have never ever been to a musical. In fact, I wasn't interested in musicals at all until recently, and now all of a sudden I love musicals. Only still just a specific few, like School of Rock, and I would absolutely love to see Beetlejuice one day, but I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna see it because that is in New York and it is leaving in June, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I can honestly say that I absolutely loved School of Rock, and I'm actually seeing it again in February. So after the show, we went round Covent Garden, had a look at all the shops and all the lights that were lit up, and there were some really interesting places. We found this really cool place called the Seven Dials Market, and they did vegan tacos. And I'm not vegan, but I really like trying new foods and everything, and I can say that these were really good, 10 out of 10. So the next day we just kind of explored more of Covent Garden and did a quick GarageBand course at the Apple shop. That Apple shop is really cool. It's like a really weird old building and it has some really unique architecture. And then again we just kind of explored more. We found these really cool retro vintage shops where you bought stuff by weight. I was tempted to buy something, but again, thrift shops are still kind of expensive. It feels like it's becoming the new designer thing, so like even the jackets were still £75. But I really like this display of all these Converse trainers where they were all divided by different colours. And then after, I really wanted to see O'Neill's Yard because it's really, really pretty. I absolutely love the buildings, and again I wanted to take pictures for something I'm going to work on in the next part of this video. So I've been taking a lot more photos recently because I kind of like editing photos, and I feel like you can capture a lot more in a photo than maybe video. I don't know, I'm still really struggling with vlogging sometimes, and especially in public spaces, because a photo is much easier and much quicker to take rather than an actual video. But a lot of these photos I had plans to draw my characters on top of them because I've been really excited about drawing kind of more of my character work. I really enjoy making characters and stories for them. For this character specifically, I made him recently. I really, really like him. He is sort of like a hobgoblin, which is kind of like a type of character from my comic. He might show up in it, he might not. I haven't decided yet. I found these really cool stairs in London when we stopped over. They had all these really colourful tiles, and I thought, oh dang, I have to take a picture and draw my characters on top of these because I think it will look really cool. This is one of those pictures that I just really, really enjoyed. I didn't find myself struggling at all, and I think it's because I've been trying to not push myself to finish a picture in a day. This one, again, this is Alex, the main character from my comic. Again, I didn't rush this. I kind of like, I took a couple of days on each one actually, just doing a bit at a time. Because with each day, I could see the picture with fresh eyes and I could see what needed tweaking and everything. And I think that's been working really well for me actually. I've also been trying to kind of what they say, move in silence. I'm trying to show what I'm doing rather than just telling you what I'm doing. And I genuinely think it's working for me. I do tend to be working more slowly, which really annoys me, but in the end I am working more consistently and enjoying it more. So I hope you'll forgive the silence while I try and bring you some nice artwork and everything. But yeah, these two pieces I am really, really proud of, and I think it was a really good exercise in drawing characters in spaces, because I do want to practice more backgrounds, but sometimes it's a bit daunting to try and put not only a character in motion and make them look more alive, but also fit them into a background. And I think these turned out well, especially with like the lighting and adding just shadow underneath them to make them look like they were a part of the picture. So I have got a lot to do, and I'll show you some of the things that I'm working on. I'm working on a banner for my webcomic. I was actually emailed because they want to promote it, so I'm getting a proper banner done, and I'm really liking the way this one is turning out. I'm really trying to be experimental with the lighting with this, but I'm just a little bit stuck on the background for now, so hopefully I can get this done today. I'm on a roll at the minute. I just wish I could work a bit faster and get more done, but I am pleased with what I'm making, so I think that's a good compromise at least. So while I was in Cambridge, I actually found this really cool shop called Typo, and they were selling some really nice stationery. I'm trying to be really careful though with buying material possessions because I know I have a lot to use up, especially with art supplies. I really feel I'm at a place where I don't really need to be buying anything else, but I did get these really cool stickers. They're kind of squishy, and a really cool thing is like, this is an enamel sticker, so it's like an enamel pin, but it sticks on, so I really, really like this one, and I feel like this is the mood that I want for 2020, but this is the actual mood. And while I said I was going to be careful with art supplies and sketchbooks, I did find this one in Tiger, and I really like this. Since they stopped doing these square ones, they don't do them anymore. I've been really sad, but they do this nice one, and it's got like a cream white paper, and it can handle just a little bit of watercolour, and so far I'm really, really loving it. So I'm going to end this Studio Diaries here because I think it's gone on long enough as usual. I hope you like this one. I feel like it was really different to what I normally do with my Studio Diaries, because a lot of the time I actually really don't like my vlogs. Like, I always feel like they're boring, and I always talk about how I want to do things differently, but I never do. But I actually really enjoyed making this one a lot more than what I usually make, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I can kind of keep this up where I keep evolving and keep refining what I'm making, and I hope you'll enjoy what I make. So it also gave me the opportunity to animate more, because I actually love animation and animating, but I don't get the excuse to do it because, if we're honest, animation is so annoyingly time consuming, so this is a really excuse for me just to put in little dashes of animation. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.